Show me the money. Show me the money. Oop. Get on her. Come on. Yeah. 4 more pounds. Probably saying, Adam, what the hell are you talking about? 4 more pounds. 4 more pounds. And I'm at my weight that I was when I started working at Ontario. 268 pounds. Not saying that's exactly skinny. Still a fatty. But, you know, it's weight loss. So that's a bonus. I've been stuck at 276 for the past week and a half. That I'm finally going to be a little less weighty. Anyway, people. What am I doing? About to leave and I forgot to pack my lunch. Heading off to work. Putting in my second last shift for the week. Tomorrow I got to leave a little earlier. Because I need to go and pay my parking. Fun. Lunch is packed. 3 tornadoes, totaling 450 calories. So we're coming up to a long weekend this weekend. That should be interesting. Oh, what's in my mailbox? Spam. Fucking spam. That's all I ever get is spam. Just super stoked because last night when I got home, I ran a rip of cardio. And normally I just put my bathing suit on to do it. And I have another bathing suit that I haven't been able to fit into forever. And last night I was like, I wonder if this fits me now. And I tried it on. Sure shit, it does. So that's pretty awesome. I love it when old clothes that didn't fit me starts fitting me. Lets me know I'm moving in the right direction. Okay, make sure the radio's turned off. Let's go put in, oh, frig. Okay, actually, hold the phone. Pure Leader guys here. Let me go grab this and I'll be with you in a moment. Yay, my Amazon order's here. What did I order? Well, you'll see tonight when we get back from work. Alright, let's go. Oh, it's a good thing I went yesterday and or not yesterday, the Tuesday I put 80 bucks in my tank and got me all the way up there. Or was it yesterday? I can't remember when it was, but one of these days I went and filled up my, well, didn't fill it up, I put 80 bucks in it, brought me to 3/4, which will easily last me a month and a half. It's a good thing I did that though, because we're coming on to a long weekend, and I don't know how it is in your area, but up here in Canada, a long weekend coming up equals gas prices skyrocket, and sure as shit, it went from $1.26 to $1.34 a liter. So that's almost that's an 8-cent increase just because of a holiday weekend. I hate the fact that not the government, but the gas companies do this. You know, Doug Ford said he was gonna put an end to that and bring gas down in price, and that's not the case. The other thing he promised was $1 a beer, but this is where that gets funny. $1 a beer only applies to this weekend only. Beer companies have already announced that after, like, on September 7th, a lot of companies are upping the cost of their beer. So instead of it being what it is now, it's going to cost even more in Ontario. And you guys thought I paid a lot for beer before, so I'm thinking, I'm starting to think that's a hint that maybe I should just go cold turkey on the beer and just quit drinking altogether and just not bother anymore. You know, if I want to get a buzz going, well, there's going to be other legal ways in a month to do that, because, like, holy frig, when you're paying $48 for a 2-4 at $2 a beer, you kind of get excited when you think, oh man, I could buy a 2-4 for $24. This is going to be great. But then you find out it's only for this weekend, and it's only at select stores, and it's only certain beers doing it, and none of the beers that you can drink because you're on this diet. Because, like, a Coors Light has about 6 grams of carbs in it. I could drink like 5 of those and I'm already exceeding my limitations. And that's not even including the food I eat. Mind you, today I'm doing really good on my carb intake. I'm only at 2%. But still, I'm just saying, like, it's kind of brutal what's going on with this $1 a beer bullshit. Like, I thought it was going to be a full-time thing. Mind you, I didn't vote for Uncle Dougie. I voted for my uncle, the NDP regime. But I don't know. I think Doug Ford there, I think he's realizing that he doesn't really have a lot of say in what the goes-ons are. Because honestly, I question if politics, like when you become like El Presidente, or in our case, El Prime Minister, or Premier, I have a feeling that your power, you're still governed by a group higher, and what you want to do versus what's going to happen is two different things. Because like a lot of the stuff that he promised, he can't do. Like a buck of beer, regulating gas prices. You know, this is my problem with politics, is people think these premiers are so powerful, but in the end they just get pushed around. So anybody who voted for Uncle Dougie because he was going to give a buck of beer, well, what the hell? This van over here has like writing on the side. It says 3 teens, 2 something. It's really hard to read. It's kind of faded. 1 puppy. BC plus back to home. Got a bunch of bikes on the back of this thing. Huh. I have no idea what the hell's going on. They don't look like teens driving in it. Hashtag are we there yet? It's 2 more days of work, then the weekend off, and then next week on to days. Man, it just... I'm telling you, being on this shift, guys, time just... Summer's gone. Like, summer is gone. June, like when June hit, back in May. June, July, I gotta get an oil change on this truck. I just read my sticker. It says I gotta go August 8th. Whoops. We're at 11,000 kilometers. Well, I'm only at 4,600 kilometers. Sorry for the shaky camera, guys. I kind of can't help that. The mount is not exactly the sturdiest. But, yeah, like, nowhere near the mileage. It would probably take me another 1.5 years to get there. And I'm at the time, so I'll probably give him a call next week, go in for Thursday. Normally on these day shifts, I take the Friday off because we're already getting a bunch of hours, right? And just taking that extra day off before you go in for a 24-hour weekend, it's really nice. And you still make decent cash at the end. But I think this time around, I'm going to end up going in for the Friday shift just to make that extra bank, because I really want VR. And I'm kind of leaning towards the Oculus Rift now after doing some review. I was thinking about the Windows MR, but a lot of the reviews I see people playing Steam VR games, they're complaining about the inside-out tracking, not tracking the remote when it leaves the helmet sensors, which makes a lot of sense if you ask me. I should put some sort of inside-out tracking on the remote, maybe. Holy shit, it's not even a passing lane there, Chief. What are you doing? I'm not even going to try and get around this guy. Besides, it's becoming a 2-lane here in a second. So I found out that's what the construction is back there. It's supposed to be 2-laning this entire operation. Probably so they can turn the right-hand lane into parking, but whatever. That Chevy has like a bad exhaust system. Anyway, gonna head to work, put in my shift, and then go home, and we will crack into that box, and I'll show you what's I got from the Amazons. You should already know one of the items, but the other one is something I ordered because I couldn't find it in town. Alright, peace. Alright, we're done. Work for tonight. One more shift and the weekend is here. What do I got planned for the weekend? I don't know. I do know I got Shaky the camera guy for running the camera right now. It sucks. This camera being so ass heavy on this this mount, it really doesn't work that well, but maybe the stabilization's doing something for it. I don't know. Got that Boss stabilization. See how well that holds its own. But good shift, good shift. One more to go, and then it's the weekend, and then next week. Then the week after. We gotta go home and take a look at that package. I checked the security camera in the house at work there through my phone just to see. I knew it was gonna happen. I look at the security camera feed and there's Scamper sleeping on top of the box. Like, I literally grabbed the box from the Pure Leader guy and went into the house and just threw it on the washing machine because, like, there's no time. I had to go to work. Oh, hit the brakes, find them and grind them. There you go. So we'll go home and crack into that. I'll show you what I got. It's nothing too exciting, but it's pretty cool. It's something I've been wanting. And the other thing I got, I might be ordering more for the bedroom, or the computer room, sorry. 88 messaged me at work and showed me that I got a new video card. Got himself a 1070 Ti. So that's better than the 1050 Ti he had in his computer. Like, second generation Ryzen 2700 with a 1050 Ti, it's like, processor wants to go, video card just couldn't keep up. Not saying the 1050 Ti is a bad card, but it's not exactly legendary in this day and age. 1060 is way better. It's like a 1050 Ti, I think, is about as good as, I know they say a 1060 8 gig or 1060 6 gig is about as good as a 980 Ti. And originally, when I bought my 1070, I was going to go with a 1060 6 gig, but they didn't have any because my 960 was doing great. So I figured, well, a 1060 is more than enough balls to do what I want to do. But then I got the 1070 instead, and I'm kind of glad I did because VR is a real freaking bitch on video cards. Like, it really puts them to work. As for VR, I'm honestly, guys, I'm thinking I'm probably going with Oculus Rift. After doing a lot of research on it, Oculus Rift seems to be the way to go. I'm gonna need a third camera for it, but it's actually cheaper. At $529 comes with the touch, the helmet, and the 2 sensors. A third sensor is like $70. So we're at $600 for the entire setup. Mount the sensors around the room, full 360, away I go. I was looking at those Windows mixed realities, and man, they get some weird reviews, like people saying that you get some hardcore screen door effects because of the LCD screens. Because they don't have an IPD adjuster. Some people with narrower eyes have an issue with using them, or wider eyes have an issue with using them. I don't know what my IPD is. I never got that checked. I really don't give a shit. But for reasons, I think the Oculus is the way to go. Also, it has a built-in headphones and built-in microphone, so you don't have to provide any extra hardware, which wasn't a big deal because the gaming headset I use now can plug into any one of the headsets on the market, or any one of the VR headsets on the market, and I could use the mic and the headphones off of that to go and do all my VR shit. But Windows mixed reality, like, the best one they say on the market right now out of the 4, I'm not including Samsung, I'm just going Dell, Acer, HP, and Lenovo, is the Lenovo, and nobody around here sells it. They all sell Dell or Acer. You go on Newegg, and like, the Lenovo is stupid expensive versus like the Dell or versus the rest. Then you go on Dell.ca to look up the Dell one, and they want like $800 for it, and it's like, are you friggin' off your rocker right now, Dell? Like, your shitty headset is no better than Acer's, and theirs is $500 cheaper. Are you wondering why you're not moving this product? Maybe you gotta get your pricing in order. Just putting that out there. I still definitely want to get into VR though, because VR is like gonna be awesome gaming and working out at the same time. Plus, it's a whole different level of immersion, like actually being physically in the game. That's what I'm excited for. That's gonna be pimp. Anyway, people, I'm almost home. Let's dig into this Amazon.ca box. All right. Kind of anxious to see how well these things are going to work come winter. Sensor on them's pretty weird. It's like sometimes they turn on when I'm pulling into the driveway, and other times they just don't. What's in the box? What's in the box? What's in the box? What's in the box? Let me show you what's in the box. Yay, bubble wraps! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh! There's no label on it, but it's blacked out curtains for the living room, so that's good. And the last thing is my big ass friggin' thing of Isoflex. Flavor? Cookies and cream. Yay! Cookies and cream! So there we go, it's 110 calories per. There's all your information. Carbohydrates, 2 grams. 1 gram of that is sugar, and 27 grams of proteins. Yummy! The whole time I was filming, I had a huge ass booger in my nose. Surprised none of you mentioned anything about it in the comments. Now you're probably leaving comments going, pick your nose! You know what, guys? I'm lying, I didn't have a booger in my nose. Just want to see how many people write that in the comments. Ha! Why does she keep going in the closet? She better not be pissing in there, for frick's sakes. I just cleaned out her litter box too. I'm telling you, man, she keeps destroying my stuff. I'm not gonna have a kitty anymore. Oh, man. Never seen such a savage beast like her. Just completely stupid. And then there's that. Hey, you're not allowed in here. Get out. You know better. You know better. You stay out. That's his way of telling me to frig off. I'm gonna restock my water because God knows I drink enough of this shit in a day. Guys, seriously, I drink about 2 of these a day when I'm working. Plus at work I got my little bubba, and I drink about 3-4 of those. Plus today I had like 6 glasses of green tea. It's a lot of green tea. I pissed a lot. Oh, I just played some GTA. Not GTA. Some PUBG. That's better. With Church. Had a couple rounds. They didn't end well. We have communication issues. We really got to work that out. It's like we're at the top of a hill and he's like, I got some guys in the house down there. It's like a little compound, so there's like 15 houses. And I don't know which one he's talking about. I really got to pee. I was doing the pee-pee dance at my desk. So, as for these curtains, these guys over here, I don't have time to hook them up tonight. I'm going to do that there probably on the weekend sometime. We'll get these old yellow, I think they were white at one time, but they've been hanging, so they're pretty shit. We'll get these things out of here. If you're wondering what all that noise is, I got this fan over here circulating air and this fan over here circulating air. I probably don't need this one going anymore. Probably should have turned that off a while ago. This is actually the fan that I had in the bedroom, but the fan that was on this stand broke, and the previous stand I had for this fan, okay, this, seriously? Seriously, that's happening right now. Like, you ever notice how, like, he doesn't do this, guys. He doesn't do this when I'm not vlogging. But he knows I'm making a video, so he's got to just make a racket. Oh my goodness, that poor fox. I'm surprised the squeaker's still intact. But, like, the previous stand for this fan broke because when Scampers was littler, she decided she wanted to try and sleep on top of the fan. And the legs were kind of like this, just not as high quality. So when she jumped on the fan, the leg folded and snapped, and the fan came crashing down, and she ran off because she knew she was in trouble. And the previous fan that was on this stand, I fired it up one day and it threw an arc, and that was it. She just burnt herself out. So mix and match and attach this fan to the other fan stand, and it'll keep me cool while playing PS4. Something else I found out, I was going to buy some Astros for the PS4 headset, but then I was like looking at my friggin' headset I have upstairs for my PC, and that headset will work. So I really don't need to buy another headset. Same with VR. Like if I buy not Oculus and go with Vive, you got to use a headset, and it's got one of those microphone headphone jacks on the bottom, the single 3.5 inch with all 3 options in it. And the headset I have upstairs, which is the, I can't remember the brand. What the heck are those? Let's go take a look. So these guys right here, HyperX, that's what they are. They're HyperX. I did a video on these. I don't have the mic hooked up, but it just clips into there. These guys here plug into an audio processor box, which gives them the 7.1 nonsense, but you can disconnect that. And it's got one of these plugs where it's your mic, left and right channel, and ground. So I could use this with the PS4 controller, and the mic, I have it kicking around somewhere in here, somewhere in this mess of wires right here. So I can just plug this mic into it and then have voice. And so in the end, I really don't need to buy a new headset. I can just recycle this one. That works for me. But lately it's like I don't really feel like playing video games very much. Like if I had VR, that'd be a different story, because it'd be like working out and, you know, playing video games, and that'd be okay. But during the summer, it's like when I'm off, I want to do stuff and not be stuck at my computer playing video games or dicking around. I'd rather be doing housework, or like last weekend I spent it cleaning up this room and getting it ready for my VR and all that. And I know you guys are probably sick and tired of hearing me say VR, but you don't know how stoked I am. It's like, if you've never tried VR, try it. But get ready, because you're going to be like, holy shit, I need that in my life. Like, my buddy tried our Staples here in North Bay. You guys probably get the same thing. They do tech demos where they set up whatever it may be, and they set up a Steam VR in the shop. He went in there to go and buy, I don't know, whatever, and he saw the tech demo. Nobody was using it, so he went over and he's like, can I give it a go? And they're like, oh, of course. And they're talking about it, because they want you to buy the damn thing, right? So he tries it out, and he said, he goes, literally I was in there for 15 minutes at him, but time flew. And I'm like, I know, right? Like, you get into VR and you lose track of time because there's so much to do. And he's like, I felt like I was actually in there, like it was really good. And that was the PlayStation VR. I didn't think it was that good of a setup, because a lot of the times I see people playing it, they're sitting, they're not really standing. But I guess the way their VR works is it uses the camera, which I have that camera somewhere. I just don't know where the heck I put. I don't think my PlayStation can run Steam VR. I just have the regular PS4. They were doing the demo, he said, on the triple decker, the Pro, I think it's called. Yeah, I don't have that one. I just have a basic PlayStation 4. But I don't think I would get VR for PS4. I would definitely get it for PC. Now, this one game that my colleague at work told me to get, called Rec Room, he said it's like VR Minecraft kind of, because everybody can make their own room and their own games and their own things, and then you can go visit them and partake in their events. He said the game is awesome. I'm like, okay, I'll have to buy that one there, and I didn't realize that game is free right now. So I think it's free all the time. So I scooped that up, and today there was a deal on Humble Bundle for a game called Space Marines Warhammer 40K. So I scooped that up too, and that's installed on my rig. So I'll probably give that a go later on. But what I'm going to probably do, guys, is I'm going to shut this video down. I'm going to go edit this up, rock some cardio, and then go to bed. Because tomorrow's another day. I don't know if I'm going to film tomorrow. Probably not. Got nothing much really going on. Saturday and Sunday, I want to put up those curtains. Might have to mow the lawn again because we got all that rain. Don't know what's going on Saturday other than that, or Sunday. Supposed to go to the parents' house, but they got things. They got to prepare for the Labor Day picnic on Monday, which once again I cannot attend due to the fact that I'm working. It's the way she goes. Double tax and a half day. I have no problem with that, because I need some freaking VR money. So anyway, people, on that note, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you did, you know what to do. Click that lickety-like button, slap her away. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe. A lot of people are telling people to hit the bell button. Apparently it notifies you when I upload a new video, so give that bell a ring. Until next time, people, peace the frig out.